Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Grade 8 Events. I'm your host, Delaney Hall. So happy to be with you here for another Thursday. We have an incredible lineup of events this weekend, and it's actually starting tonight, but we'll get into that in just a bit. So, every week I kind of deep dive into an event, and this week is the Que Pasa Festival. If you've never been, it's a giant party down on Browns Island. This year it's happening on Saturday from 12 to 8. It is free and open to the public. You'll find performances from the Latin ballet, traditional dance groups like from Panama, and some live entertainment like mariachi. I want to bring in some photos from previous years. This is like a food festival, cultural festival, all in one. The Virginia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, are the main folks who put this on. They expect tens of thousands of people every year, and it is truly an incredible thing that they put together. So these are just photos from past years. You can see lots of dancing, lots of yummy food. I want to bring in a picture of the actual site of the festival, so you can see where it's on Browns Island. With the bridges, and kind of where everything is going to be happening. I'm told there's going to be more than 100 vendors that are going to be there. There's a kids zone, so the kids will be nice and happy, but this is on a island, so parking can sometimes get a little tricky. I'll get into that in just a bit, but I do want you all to hear to Michel Zejour. I spoke to him yesterday. He's the president and CEO of the Virginia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. There's 23 Latin cultures that are represented here in Central Virginia. So he kind of explains how this festival combines all of them into one beautiful day. So let's take a listen.
It's like going to Latin America for the day. We have lots of families come with their kids, bring in their kids, and a lot of entertainment, people that want to come dance, and we have all kinds of bands be playing. We have 2 different stages. It's like a major food festival, entertainment festival, a lot of artisans throughout the day.
Now, the Que Pasa Festival, actually, this is the 23rd year of it. So Michelle actually used to own a restaurant, and they celebrated Cinco de Mayo. The celebration started there, and then they had the first Que Pasa at a farmer's market downtown, and then it just kind of took a life of its own, and it's grown over the years. So it was pretty cool to talk to him and just hear the journey of the festival as it's now come to be what it is, that, attracts people from across the state and even out of state. It's pretty incredible. So I did mention that parking. So there's a couple of options. So there's limited on-street parking on 2nd Street. And when I say limited, I really do mean limited. I would not count on that if you're headed kind of in the middle of the day. There's paid riverfront parking at the Federal Reserve Building, at Delta Hotels, 5th and Canal, 4th and Canal, 1200 East Birch Street, which is the Reynolds lot, and 8th and Cary parking deck. So sometimes it looks like some of them you need a card. Most of them are through an app. Just be mindful that you may be paying for parking, but it'll all be worth it when you go down and, have some incredible meals and listen to some live performances. Pretty cool. All right, so that is the Que Pasa Festival. You all know that we have our handy dandy list. Look at all these events. So I was not kidding when I said there's a lot happening this weekend. So also on Saturday is the 54th Annual Arts in the Park. If you've never been, it's a giant craft show, and it's actually one of the rated one of the best art shows in the country. There's going to be over 350 artists there. You're going to find every different type of pottery, textiles, mixed art, fine art, paintings, crafts. A little hack for you. Mother's Day is coming up, and if you want a unique gift, highly recommend checking out. I find my Mother's Day gifts there every year. So Mom, if you're watching, you won't know what I get you, but that may be where it comes from. So this is Saturday from 11 to 6, and then Sunday from 11 to 5 at the Carillon in Bird Park. It's free, rain or shine. We actually spoke to Paige Quilter on 8 News at 9 a couple days ago. Her mom or her parents started this back in 1972, just as a way to bring neighbors together, get to know your neighbors. Let's, have a little show together. And then it has truly blossomed and grown into, more than 350 artists. It's packed every year in the best way. There will also be some food vendors there if you're worried about that situation. Parking, again, because we're in downtown Richmond, right? So there's a free shuttle service and parking at City Stadium. Of course, City Stadium right down the downtown expressway. That's on Maplewood Avenue. The shuttle drop-off pickup is just across the street from the art show, so you'll be dropped off across the street. Buses run about every 30 minutes. So if you get there and you don't see a bus yet, it will come for you. Just be mindful. You can sometimes get lucky with street parking in the neighborhoods, but just be mindful that it is someone's neighborhood and you're near houses and homes. So just keep that in mind. If you want to play it safe, maybe go for that City Stadium parking route with the shuttle buses. All right. My next event is the Richmond Bluegrass Jam at American Legion Post 354 on Saturday. This is from 11 to 8. That Legion Post is in Midlothian. You'll find 19 bluegrass and Americana bands on multiple stages. There are going to be open jam sessions. You'll find some food trucks. No charge for admission, but they do encourage a donation. All proceeds help military veterans. So there's two main spots where these proceeds go. The first is the Richmond Fisher House, which supports families of veterans and active duty military who are getting treatment at the Richmond VA, and the Liberation Veteran Services, which provides veterans with care and housing for veterans in crisis. So some incredible causes that you can help support. Seating is limited though. So if you know you're gonna hang out for a while and you wanna relax, highly recommend bringing a lawn chair or a blanket or a blanket. Parking is available very nearby at James River High School. And again, with this event, free shuttles are going to be available. It's good that we have shuttles because, sometimes parking can get crazy at these things, but just have a plan. Keep that in mind. So that was shuttles at the Bluegrass Jam and at Arts in the Park for parking options if you're worried about that. Okay, this next event, that's the 10th biannual Run Wild Race at Metro Richmond Zoo on Saturday. This is pretty cool, and I was watching videos of this. People are literally running through the zoo among the animals, which is pretty hilarious. So this is happening Saturday. There's a 1 mile at 8 a.m., a 5K at 8:45, and the Ninja is what they call it at 10 a.m. Think of like American Ninja Warrior, like that show that came on. Kind of like that, like lots of monkey bars, and you got to have upper body strength and that kind of situation. But after you finish whatever you're going to decide to do, then you get free entry to the zoo afterwards, which is actually pretty cool. So 100% of the proceeds this year benefit the endangered pygmy hippo. Of course, because we have Poppy, I actually went on the website to figure out if Poppy Cam was live. I could not get it to work. We know Poppy actually is now outside because she's grown up. So yeah, but if you want to register, you go to runwildraces.com, and I'm bringing my browser so I can show you. That's just what you need to put in the URL. Register now, and it will give you a bunch of different options. If you want to do the 1 mile, 5K, spectator, virtual 5K, sign up and put your information in there, and you should be good to go. And like I said, after that, you can see here, plus free zoo entry. So that's a little perk. Afterwards, you can run among the animals and then visit them, because why not? I think that's pretty cool. All right, go back to our list. So this next event actually starts tonight, Music at Main Street Station. It's happening on the patio on the back side of the building from 5:30 to 8. The first musical act you'll be able to see is Soul Expressions. This is happening select Thursdays through May, like our beautiful graphic says. So tonight, Soul Expressions, May 8th, Jay Tucker and Crew, May 15th, Junkyard Band, May 22nd, High Definition Band. There'll also be some DJs and a host there that will be there for all 4 shows. You are encouraged to bring a lawn chair to this one as well if you want to enjoy the the music and want a place to sit and you can't find one. Always better to be prepared, I always say. So I know that was a lot that I just ran through. I am also working on some content for the Que Pasa Festival, putting together some stories that will run in our shows tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I also say this at the end of every show, but a lot of you guys have been reaching out about your events, which I love. So if you have events that you want us to know more about, please send us an email. We are doing live interviews for 8 News at 9. So you can send us an email at interview@wric.com to see if it's a good fit for our 9 a.m. show. We can have you on the show, or just any events you have at news@wrac.com. We'd love to hear what you all are doing in the community. There's so many incredible moments and events happening throughout Central Virginia, and we'd love to learn more about what you all are doing. But for now, I will say goodbye, and I will see you next week.